Hello to you, Simon Whale, Chief Kerfuffler. Lovely to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. And yourself?
I am great, thank you. It's nice to see you. And we're looking forward to next week, of course, as well at the EA Masters. But in the meantime, we've got 3 questions for you. So we're not going to keep you from the footy for too long. So how are agents using Kerfuffle at the moment to manage their supplier tech stack effectively? Obviously, that's like the combination of technologies that they're using to sort of run their projects and applications.
Yeah, I suppose, thank you. I suppose the emphasis on that they're actually managing it rather than it kind of accidentally happening. We provide all agents with a free dashboard, which allows them to list out their suppliers. And just that one key element of actually listing their suppliers can be a bit of an expose, because they always underestimate how many they've got. When they put them down, they tend to react a little bit in horror. On average,
Really?
we know that agents have 20 different suppliers. And that's excluding all the normal office sort of things like, cars, phones and everything else there. So being able to put that down there, being able to monitor their spend, being able to upload their contracts. So we've got a contract vault. So rather than it being lost in filing cabinets or in your inbox or DocuSign, they can put it all in one place. And then the final element, I suppose, just in terms of the core functionality is they can then put in things like renewal dates for those suppliers so that they don't get caught out by things like the dreaded auto renewal, which gets me with the gym every single year.
I think we've all been caught out by that before. Yeah, definitely.
It's just, I think it's not so much the auto renewal. I think it's really helpful for me with a lot of things like insurance. I'd probably forget to do it because I've got no attention to detail. But I think a lot of suppliers, if they're honest, they don't give people enough notice to kind of consider when that's going to happen. So you can get tied up for not just a few months, but actually into a multi-year contract and find it quite difficult to get your way out, which I don't think is the best practice, if I'm honest.
No, absolutely not. I would definitely agree with that. And can you tell us, Simon, what would you think are the most common proptech dilemmas that agents are faced with nowadays?
The ones I'm allowed to talk about?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. All right. Well, other than seeing me at the after party, if that's a proptech dilemma, let's have a look. So, duplicate systems. Many agents, when we go through, we do what we call supplier MOTs or health checks. We go through. Many different agents might have 2, 3 suppliers that all ostensibly do the same thing, and that's because when they've chosen a supplier at a particular time, those suppliers, doing the right thing, have continued to enhance their packages, but they start to then tread on the toes of other suppliers. And actually, you have to just quiz yourself: are you staying with them for the bits that make it different, or are you actually paying 2 or 3 times over for a system that does really the same thing? So that's quite a difference. The second one I would say is lack of integration. It drives agents mad. Why do key elements of their tech stack not integrate when they should do? I think people are getting much better at that, but we advise suppliers and agents how to make that better. And then, although I call it shiny butterfly syndrome, which actually isn't a saying, but I still like it all the same.
It is now,
which is where obviously and I do this all the time. Every time Facebook hits me with a new ad, you see something that solves an immediate requirement, but you don't think about how it fits into the whole business and how it fits in with the rest of your tech stack. So you can get quite easily on board with choosing a load of those. So there's a whole host of different ones, but I would suggest those are the main ones.
Yeah, okay. And how do you think that estate agent training has changed over the past couple of years, and how does that relate to you guys at Kerfuffle?
Yeah, so the move from just face-to-face training in, what we would call in-office training, which I still always say is still the best, but it clearly is expensive. It can be difficult to set the time aside. The move from purely that model to a blended model where you're supported by a digital platform is massive and is only increasing. So we have in our kit bag for our members, and everybody who's attended EA Masters has the ability to get this free of charge if they drop us a line. And it's basically, Lucia, it's our version of property Netflix, albeit I will have to check the copyright on that. So
Yeah.
rather than just have one trainer, we have a variety of different trainers, suppliers, and indeed agents that are handing over best practice kind of advice in the way that we all want it these days. 5-10 minutes, easy to consume, as they say in this world, on any device. And that's what we're able to provide for people.
Yeah, so just getting things more up to date in that way of training people.
You can
more
do it like
easily.
that. You can do it like that, and I think the key thing is, if you don't like, again, I've never been to the gym, but I believe you can have different classes there. And in the same way, if you love some trainers, but you don't think other ones match your company culture, well, the way we've built this for the agents is that they can actually have their own ring fence products. So they choose the content that they want, basically, and then they can lay that out. So I think that's really powerful, and we've got some really, really good testimonials for anyone who wants to talk to us about how that's working for them.
Brilliant. And so it's a lot more personalised. And just on a final note, Simon, talk to us about the EA Masters. It's coming up on the 21st of September. Not long to go now. Are you looking forward to it?
What's not to like? No. I mean, of course, look, we had it back last year, but I think this is bigger, better, everything else. And more importantly, I have got a new suit, which I think is going to blow people away.
Okay. Did we get any clues about that?
Well, not least because it fits me for the first time, so I'm pretty impressed with that. So look, I couldn't be any more excited. So I think it's just going to be another fantastic day, isn't it?
Brilliant, absolutely, yeah.
And
Really looking forward to it.
I get to see you, of course.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time today, Si. I look forward to seeing you then.
Love you. See you later. Bye bye.
Cheers. Thank you.